Good morning. It's Friday morning, April 14th, 2023, and it's time for your morning walk with me, Sophfronia. I am in New Orleans, walking in Audubon Park this morning. I am here for a book event that's happening today at Melba's Poor Boy Shop on Elysian Fields. We are giving away copies of Wild, Beautiful, and Free, and I will be there signing them at lunchtime from 12 to 1. So if you live in the area, come on by. So a couple of weeks ago, I've been traveling a lot, but a couple of weeks ago I was in Woodstock, New York, for the Woodstock Book Fest. And I was on a panel about spirituality with a writer activist named David Gershon. And he was talking about how he feels that sometimes we focus too much on problems and not on solutions. And one of the ways that he felt it helps to do that, a way to change focus, is to ask different questions. And I thought that was a good idea. I agreed with that. It's like, yes, let's ask different questions. But I added that the thing about asking different questions is that you may not be ready to accept the answer. Ooh, tree roots. As you can see, there are huge trees here. I have to be careful walking on these tree roots. But what I meant is that sometimes asking a different question calls upon the questioner, maybe even you, to challenge themselves in a different way. You might think that that answer has to do with somebody else and what somebody else is doing. But then you ask that different question and you realize that there's something required of you. Compassion, forgiveness, maybe even a second look at your role in whatever the problem may be. And that's not easy to do. You know, I speak from experience. You know, the most challenging questions that have been asked of me, both, you know, myself asking the questions, but someone asking me questions, required me to look at someone in a different way, my father in particular, and to come to a point of like, wow, you know, I did not see this way. But the wonderful thing about that, though, is that it allowed me to step into a totally fantastic and new relationship with my father. And I feel that I'm totally a different person today because of it. But it also meant that I couldn't jump over that hard moment when my roommate asked me just simply why. You know, why do you think your father is like that? So I think this can, you know, relate to just many different areas. You know, David talks about climate change. When we talk about spirituality, when we talk about our relationships, that we're constantly in a place of thinking about what other people need to do, when really it's about thinking about where we are in the world, and sometimes even thinking about letting go of this feeling of the way we think the world is supposed to be, right? Because some of our behavior comes from the fact that the world is not the way we think it's supposed to be. And who are we to say whether it's right or wrong? But holding on to that keeps us from being in that place of relationship and a place where we could solve problems and maybe feel better about ourselves in the process. Anyway, I'm going to keep walking. It's a beautiful day here. I hope you take care. I will be in Michigan next week, and I'll see you again very soon. Take care.